Hi, I'm Ben, Pump Scout from PB Nation. Welcome to Fun with Paintball. Today we're going to be going over the Inception Designs Stella Barrel Kit. A little product information first. The Stella is a three-piece barrel. We have the control bore, or the back, we have the front, and then we have the tip. All three of these pieces come in different sizes. There's 5 back sizes available: 675, 680, 685, 690, 695, and an additional back designed to accept freak inserts. All backs are 8 inches, so with the standard bores, you get a full 8 inches of control bore. Freak users will still have 5 inches of control offered by the freak inserts. The 3 fronts are all the same length, giving a 14-inch base length to the system, but differ from most kits in that the fronts are sized. You can pick up fronts in 683, 689, and 697 internal diameters. The tips are where you can change the length of the complete system. The shortest tip keeps the barrel as a 14-inch, then there are 16 and 18-inch tips, and an apex adapter tip is on the way. All of these parts can be picked up in either a dust black finish or in polished raw. Polished raw lets the player get the barrel and send it off to be anodized in whatever finish they want to match their gear. Let's get a little more in-depth with each part of the barrel. All of the pieces come in these handy plastic tubes with rubber end caps. A simple idea, yet clever in that these can be used as storage tubes for the pieces. Between games, you can put the pieces back in their tubes, drop them in your gear bag, and head for home without worrying that you're going to have the bits rubbing against each other, marking and scraping the finish. Each piece also comes in a plastic sleeve inside the tube. Here's the barrel back. Something that struck me right away was the attention to detail on all of the pieces. Rather than having sizes lasered on, or logos attached in a gel sticker, everything in the Stella system is engraved. No more worries about losing a sticker or having lasering scratch or rub off over time. These come with standard, short autococker threads. The difference between these threads and the long-standing cocker threads, for those who haven't seen them, is the number of turns it takes to mount or remove the barrel. Here's the Stella threads, compared to a die boomstick and the stock barrel from an Empire Tracer for comparison. Next, there's flats machined into the back. These are in place to allow for a plastic wrench to grip if you ever have the barrel stick, especially on an autococker. Working around the front pneumatics can be frustrating, and this fixes that little problem. Then, toward the front of the barrel, we have these large ports. These help quiet down the barrel even at this point. There's clearly some heritage to the barrel kit found on the Empire Sniper and Resurrection autococker with the protruding section of the bore, but the Stella and Sniper kits are not cross-compatible. On to the front. The front slips over the protruding section of the back and threads together. There's 147 ports on the front, per Simon. The aluminum front is standard, but a carbon fiber front is being worked on in a cooperative project between Inception Designs and Deadly Wind, so watch for that in the very near future, those who want the lightest possible system. As I mentioned earlier, the fronts are available in 3 sizes. The idea here is that you've matched your paint and bore, right? Once you shoot the ball through your matched bore, though, it enters a front that's typically much larger than the bore, .700 or bigger. Turbulence behind the ball is going to cause it to bounce around a bit inside the front, and there goes your accuracy. So, picking a front that is just bigger than your back reduces this turbulence bounce to the minimum possible. Better paintball through science and engineering. The threads on the tip of the front are 7/8 by 20 threads, which probably only means something to the engineer types. For the rest of us, that means barrel tips from Tiberius, RAP4, Hammerhead, Lapco, and some CP tips will thread right on. As mentioned before, an apex tip is on the way, and several other tips are in the works, including tactical tips. And Simon has made the information for the tips open source, so someone with knowledge and ability in machining or 3D printing could set up and make their own tips. As for the standard tips from Inception, they've got a bit of an arrowhead design with grooves where the porting is. The design is set up this way to aid in aiming, with the taper to the tip working subliminally to assist with getting the shooter on target. The 14-inch tip, which I picked up, is really more of a thread cover. It doesn't add any appreciable length to the barrel. There's O-rings in place to allow for the tips to be screwed in as far as the player wants, which also lets you set up how the tips line up with the front porting. As a complete package, with the 680 back, 689 front, and 14-inch tip, the Stella weighs in at an even 5 ounces. That's the exact same weight as my Resurrection barrel with the same bore. Anyone who has used that kit knows it's pretty light, and the Stella is likewise very light. Here's the assembled Stella on a few markers we have around the house. Let's go shooting. For some sound and accuracy comparison, I'll have a die boomstick along with the Stella kit. Okay, so we're out here in Rudolph, Wisconsin. It is about 18 degrees, slight breeze. We're going to do some shooting tests with a variety of different markers, and we're going to use a die boomstick as a control barrel, and the Inception Design Stella we're going to be testing for accuracy, and we'll also get some idea of sound signature. So let's get it on. Okay, next we're going to try the Resurrection autococker. We're starting off with the same die boomstick. Our velocity is going to be a bit lower than it was with the axe. I'm not adjusting it a whole lot in the interest of time. 269, 182, 317. I don't know if I believe that. 321. This one's all over the place too. And as you can see here, we just had a rollout because the paint is quite a bit smaller than the barrel bore, and with a closed bolt gun like the autococker, that's going to be kind of a problem. You definitely want to match your paint and your bore with a closed bolt gun. Let's see if we can do some accuracy checks here. Again, same 100 feet, same target that we had before. We'll have to cycle the gun to get a ball in there since we had the rollout. Hit. Just nicked it. Got it. Got it. Alright, let's switch over to the Stella. Let's see what happens there. We do know we shouldn't have the problems with the rollouts that we had with the boomstick. Sound clearing shot. 203. 241. I have some questions about the effectiveness of this particular chronograph. 249. 290. Well, the real test is in shooting for target. So let's see what we get. Hit. Hit. Just missed. Hit. Just missed. Hit. 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 Well, that's pretty good accuracy. A couple of thank you plugs. First, thank you to Simon at Inception Designs for putting out an amazing modular barrel system. Simon's one of the smartest guys ever to design paintball equipment, and it shows in everything he's ever worked on. A big thank you goes out to PB Nation, which I've leaned on quite a bit for background information, going back through the Stella thread in the news section. And also, thank you to Jay at PB Sports, pbsports.com in Indiana, for setting me up with this kit. Jay was great to work with on getting this barrel, and I'd recommend him to anyone looking to pick up gear either in person or online. Thanks for watching. Fun with paintball. See you next time.